welcome to BrickWorld Therapy. I actually had a comment not too long ago that asked that I talk a little bit more in my videos because as you know, I don't typically talk at all. So today I'm going to kind of explain to you why it is that I use Lego build for my personal PTSD therapy. If you've read anything on my channel, you know that I was in the US Coast Guard, and because of that, I have a couple conditions. I was diagnosed with social anxiety disorder and avoidant personality disorder. And then I was also recently, within the last 3 years, diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. It can affect your memory, it can affect your sleeping patterns. Me, it shows up most in anxiety and stress. So I usually worry about things that I don't need to worry about. I create negative situations in my head sometimes that don't even have a possibility of happening, and it causes me to have an anxiety or panic attack. Since therapy is hear them, you can hear the plastic when you're touching it, so it's easier to focus on that. The bright colors distract you, especially when they reflect. You can feel the pieces, it's hard, you can feel the pieces in your hands. Those are the things that I actually find the most helpful. I was in the Coast Guard, and I ended up being stationed in Newport, Oregon, which was actually kind of funny because before I even went to boot camp, I remember visiting that station with my grandmother, who lived in the Portland area at the time. And I looked at the pictures on the wall. If you want to know the kind of stuff that we did, just Google motor lifeboat, 47-foot motor lifeboat, Coast Guard, or MLB Coast Guard, and you'll see some of the weird stuff that we've done. So anyways, it's basically a 47-foot boat or a 52-foot boat. We had the motor lifeboat Victory, and those, we would take those and go into the surf, or the huge breaking waves that are like 25 foot tall. So we would go out into those and do search and rescue. So I did search and rescue for the Coast Guard. And my PTSD, apparently, I was in denial for a while. I refused to admit that I had PTSD. I refused to acknowledge that that was something that I could have gotten, because I feel that there were people who had been through more traumatic events than I had. And I didn't feel that I should be complaining or trying to get help when other people needed more help than me. That's just the way that I thought about it. But the person who diagnosed me pointed out that any traumatic situation can cause you to have PTSD. You can get rear-ended in your car, and that could give it to you. Anyway, so when I was doing search and rescue for the Coast Guard, there were unfortunate circumstances where we did pull victims out of the water that were deceased, and it's never a good feeling to be late. I mean, we didn't get the call until the victim was he had already passed. I'm not going to tell you like the circumstances as to what happened. It was an accident. He fell overboard at night, and his fellow crewmate didn't know what had happened. And in those situations, there's no good result. There's nothing that you could do, and accepting the fact that there is literally nothing that you could do, I feel is harder, because when you're in a position to save somebody's life. And I remember talking to the chaplain, because they have you talk to chaplains. Basically, they're qualified to discuss cases. So we had a chaplain come to our station to talk about the situation, what happened. They kind of asked us questions and everything. And I found out that the answer that I gave them was not one that they wanted. So they had asked, what was your initial reaction to the situation? And I said, he didn't look real to me. And I'm sure you're all asking yourselves, what do you mean? What do you mean he didn't look real? Hollywood has gotten so good at showing an accurate portrayal of what people look like after they're deceased. And that was not an answer that they were happy with. And I mean, like, that shows that I emotionally blocked it, which isn't good. I do care about people. I care about people who get hurt. I care about people who die needlessly. I care about people who are harmed when they shouldn't be harmed. I do care about that. When you're in a situation that's high stress, like search and rescue, or in a situation that's where your mind is running on a different gear at that point. Feel free to like, subscribe, dislike, comment, let me know what you think. So I will see all of you wonderful people in the next video. Have a good day.